Hi everyone, it's Eric Meehan here. It is September 17th, and if you're wondering, biodynamically, it is a multifaceted day. It started off it started off flower, and then it went to root, and then it went, I think it's going to fruit, and then by the time you would actually be drinking this evening around dinner time, it'll be a leaf day. Told you, it has nothing to do with the Eastern Standard Time Zone or anything like that. It's all over the place. But that said, since it's going to be a leafy evening, again, stick with your either fruit forward wines or beer or mead or anything else like that. Although mead, being wine and often using a lot of flavorings, herbal flavorings, things like that, and fruit flavorings, maybe skip that as well. You begin to understand it. It's sort of whatever you want, but if you're going to pay attention to it, maybe it influences your decision. Maybe it doesn't. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of terroir and appellation, and we're going to talk more about this over the video series for sure. By the way, I should have mentioned this is the Message in the Bottle video series. I'm still getting the hang of the intro. We'll figure it out. So the concept of terroir and appellation. Both of these are French terms. You're going to hear a lot of that. The French pretty much invented the wine language. It's just how it is, because the Cistercian monks in the Burgundy area were the first ones to start keeping records that eventually turned into what we're going to talk about today. So the idea, first of all, terroir, is this idea that anything grown in a given area can never be replicated exactly in a different area, because the exposure to sunlight, the exposure to rain, the drainage, everything is inherently different in this patch of soil versus that patch of soil. And certainly you can understand that this patch of soil and that patch of soil, when those patches of soil are on different parts of the world, in fact, maybe different hemispheres, things like that, you can have Pinot Noir. You can have the same Pinot Noir clone. Remember, we were talking about how they mutate, so there are several different clones, but it's not going to taste the same. There's no chance. Same thing with corn, tomatoes, name it. Agricultural products from a given area are influenced by that area. That's the concept of terroir, right? Okay, so that's a good start there. Now let's talk about the term appellation, because I'm going to use that word a lot. Appellation comes from the French appeler, which is to call, but it means like to call something. So if I were to say, my name is Eric, I say, je m'appelle Eric. I call myself Eric. And that doesn't just mean my name is Eric. It means that this really beautiful visage and my very, very, very out of shape body and all that sort of stuff is Eric, and Eric Meehan, if you want to be specific about it. And if you want to be really specific, because there's three of us alive on the earth, Eric Johann Meehan. That je m'appelle Eric Johann Meehan is this thing. So the concept of an appellation is that you're calling a given place and the products that come out of it after that place, right? So let's go back to Burgundy, because this is where it all started. So the Catholic Church got a lot of land from estates that passed on with no heirs, or maybe the estate gave land. Hey, our second son wants to become a priest, and if you'll accept him into the priesthood, we'll give you this vineyard over here, or whatever. So the Catholic Church ended up with an awful lot of really, really good agricultural land. And in the case of Burgundy, the Cistercian monks started keeping records of the grapes they were planting, where and why, and did it work and did it not work. And over the years, Burgundy, later turning from monks into farmers and politicians, because of course, determined that the legal grapes allowed in the appellation of Burgundy or Bourgogne is Pinot Noir for the red and Chardonnay for the white. Now there's asterisks. It's actually the Les Pinot family, so you can use Pinot Blanc, you can use Pinot Auxerrois, you can use it, but basically it's Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. And if you buy a bottle of Burgundy, you should be expecting that. You should not be expecting Cabernet Sauvignon, because it's simply not allowed in that appellation. They determined that this delimited area is best for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. And that is what we will grow here ad infinitum. Now, I'll bet there's questions popping up in your head like, well, when they did that, climate change wasn't real. We're going to get to all that in this video series, believe me, because it's all a very real thing, and it's going to influence how the wine world shapes up in the next 20, 30, 40 years. So I just wanted to talk today quickly, like I said, about terroir, the idea that no given agricultural product can be replicated in a different part of the world, because it's simply not going to be it's not going to experience the same sort of atmospheric and earthly conditions that somewhere else would. And that appellation, delimited area with a set controlled idea of what can be grown there and why. Sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's a whole host of things. Chateauneuf de Pape, for instance, has 22 grapes that you can put in it, just for reference. Again, we'll get to all that, but I just wanted you guys to get an idea that a given piece of earth is held sacred in the wine world because it has proven versus this piece of land to grow things better. Talk to you soon.